How you doing, everyone? This is Matthias Atva from Dee Rek Dreadnought, your Dreadnought PS4 replay guy. Happy Memorial Day, and thank you for anyone who served and protected us in the military, police, fire, and emergency services. Please take a moment to remember our fallen heroes. Well, it's the end of May, so that means it's time for the Dee Rek Dreadnought game and channel update. The May update is going to be short and sweet, and so I have an equally short and sweet Gora replay in the background. In this one I score a 14-0, so it got overshadowed by other replays and didn't make it to YouTube yet. But what's nice about this one is how much action and fierce combat I got myself into in only a little over 8 minutes. Before we get into what's new in Dreadnought and the channel, I'd like to take this time to welcome some of our new subscribers. We have Robin Bishop, Blah Blah Blah, Max Factor, Ed Castleberry, Tristram, Floyd, The Wizard, and Jonas. Welcome to the Dreadhead, folks, and thanks for docking in Sinley Bay. Keep in mind I only see new subscribers if their settings are public. If I didn't mention your name, it's because your subscription feed is private and I can't see you. I'd also like to send a heartfelt thanks to all my subscribers and viewers. As you know, this channel isn't monetized, so it's dedicated to you and for the love of the Dreadnought game. Special thanks to the viewers and subscribers that contributed to the comments section this month with lots of positive feedback and some great ideas. Mr. D-Bart, who had to take a month off and is getting back into the game, Austin, James Perez, Billy Joe, Nick, Curtis, and the Venerable Frame, Caesar, Shane, Scroat, and of course Caleb, and Persistent Flame, who may be sending in some replays to cast in the near future. Thanks to everyone, you're the reason I put so much work into this hobby. Speaking of Flames sending in some replays, James and Scroat have also thought about it, which means I might get into some casting soon. Even though Dreadnought suffered from underfunding and arguably some serious mismanagement, it's still an amazing and beautifully balanced game that is really one of the only of its kind. It captures the epic space battle genre in an easily accessible and fun-to-play format like no other. Even though I post great replays for all the 15 ship lines for all 5 ship classes offered by the 3 megacorporations in the awesome Dreadnought lore universe, I only had time and resources to focus on specific build types that complement my tactical and often defensive playstyle. But one of the things that makes Dreadnought really special is the unique characteristics and capabilities of each ship, the role balance of the 5 ship classes, and the hundreds of different module combinations and playstyles that can be used. That being said, I've always wanted to showcase other playstyles and module combinations, especially from our more competitive or unique PS4 players. I also realize that even our more average players still have amazing matches and have captured some crazy or funny moments from the game. It would be great if I could share these moments with the rest of our awesome community, or even showcase tips or different opinions on good gameplay, or even help players avoid common mistakes. If you think this is a good idea or have a replay you are just dying to share, get a hold of me and maybe we can make replay casting a reality for the channel. While we're on the topic of different ship module builds and playstyles, as many of you know, about 2 months ago I finished researching and acquiring all 15 Tier 5 ships in Dreadnought and have been working hard the last month or so equipping each one with a solid Tier 5 module build. Now that all of them are the way I like it, I've been saving up free experience and a lot of research credits in the hopes of trying out viewer and subscriber suggested build requests. We've already had requests to make a decent fighter carrier build, but I think this is just the tip of the iceberg. If you have a special request for a build you want to see in Dreadnought, or even ideas or suggestions for a particular ship, please let me know in the comments section. I'm already working on several new secondary builds for many Dreadnought ships, but it might be fun to try something out of my comfort zone, or something that's novel or entertaining as well. Ideally, I'd like to get my viewers and subscribers more engaged with votes and polls about many aspects of the Dreadnought game and the sci-fi genre in general. And this is one way we can all make that happen and grow stronger as a gamer community. Speaking of votes and polls, the first ever Dreadnought PS4 Top 10 Player of All Time vote is going better than I ever hoped. Most players from the PS4 Dread Chat and community boards have already cast their votes, and we are starting to get a clearer picture of who are our best and most memorable players. If you haven't voted yet, don't be left out. Have your voice and opinion heard. There's still time, as voting will end Sunday, June 2nd. Voting is simple and easy. Cast your votes by private messaging me on the PlayStation 4 network if you value your privacy. My handle is, of course, Matthias Atva. If you think it would be simpler to cast your vote in the YouTube channel's comment section, simply leave a comment in any of the recent Dee Rek Dreadnought videos. Guidelines for the vote are easy. Simply choose your favorite 3 PS4 Dreadnought players for any reason, whether they still play or not. You can't vote for yourself, you can't vote for me, and you can't vote for or with an alternative account. That's it. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. After this vote, I can poll my subscribers and viewers for what they want to vote on next. We can have lists for top ships, best builds, best players by ship class, or most requested expansions or content for the game itself. Maybe the devs might finally listen to us. Who knows? Lastly, I wanted to mention the Dreadnought game itself. There isn't any official news or content releases for the month of May on PS4, but gaming on the PS4 side of things is going better than ever. Although the PC side may have slowed down a bit, when it's off prime time, I still only have a 4 to 6 minute wait to get into a legendary match on the PS4 server. During prime time on the PS4 server, I have less than a 4-minute wait and often get instant matches as soon as I queue. That's great, and the fact that each time I play I'm seeing different and new players makes me even happier. Last month, the devs allowed for more bots per match, raising the maximum from 2 to 3. I thought PS4 didn't need this change and that it might make gameplay and matchmaking worse, but so far it seems that it really hasn't affected gameplay all that much. Although occasionally I do see matches with 3 bots on each team, most of the time it's only 1 or 2 bots per team, and many matches there are no bots at all. I want to close out the May update by mentioning an unsung hero of Dreadnought that seems to keep the PS4 side of things stable and running strong, even when the game itself has minimal support and resources. Every time there is a problem or a bug, this guy seems to be the one who saves the day and fixes the problems, and is always also very patient and understanding. I am talking about DN Space Ghost. Space Ghost is usually the one who answers bug reports and player problems, and usually the one to fix things or make it right, and is almost always the one resetting the server and making things right for the PS4 community. Thanks, Space Ghost. We couldn't do it without you. That about wraps up the Dee Rek Dreadnought game and channel update for May. Stay tuned for part 3 on the How to Beat the Best series, more tips and strategy videos, more player polls and new content, and of course, more great legendary replays for all the Tier 5 ships in Dreadnought. I'm going to be out of town this week, so I probably won't have any content this Wednesday, but I'll be back Friday, so expect something by this coming weekend, and the results of the top 10 player vote sometime next week. Well, that's it from me for now, and I'll see you soon in Sinley Bay.